I've always been a large lad, to say the least, but I got to a stage earlier this year where I'd probably ballooned to a size that I'd never been before, and I had a wedding to go to in Dublin in May, and I bought a suit about a year ago because it was cheap, but it was too small for me, so I had a target of getting into that suit for the wedding, and we had a chat after a meeting, and I came along for an initial consultation with you. I have been to other weight loss programs. I won't mention their names here for fear of being sued, but they are two of the better known ones. Whilst initially the thing seems all fine and dandy, surrounding yourself with a load of other large people who get extremely depressed if they haven't lost a pound has a sort of a knock-on effect on everybody else, I found, and I didn't find it conducive to losing weight, so I stopped going fairly shortly after joining. Well, after speaking to Pranita, after our initial consultation, I knew that this wasn't just going on a diet, this was going on a proper weight management program, which involved not just what you put in your mouth, but also what goes in your ears. It's a totally different way of dealing with weight issues. Well, the main experience I got from going on our first meeting was that it was a totally different way of doing things, involving meditation, yoga, and obviously exercise, which is important in any weight management program. But Pranita had one or two other ideas which I would never have even considered, in terms of the food that you eat and getting the balance right between alkali foods and acid foods. Going to Pranita does change the way you think, and it does have an effect, because your mind works differently. It takes you back to what you've been taught on the previous lessons of what you eat and what you shouldn't eat, and getting everything, the balance right between the foods that you're eating. Nothing is banned, but what it has done, it's made me eat a lot of foods and change the balance of my diet. I eat a lot more fish now than I used to. That's one major change. Yep, it's with things like yoga, something I'd never done before, something I never thought I'd ever do. Yoga is not sitting there in a sedate position. With yoga you do have to put a bit of energy into it, but it all helps in the general overall picture of what you're trying to do. The follow-up advice, the weekly emails and calls that I got from Pranita do keep you focused on what you're achieving to do over this 6-week period, and I did find it useful. I kept a log of the food I was eating, and I did a lot more exercise than I'd ever done prior to joining. Well, the weight that I've lost since I joined Pranita is around 3 stone now. Over the 6 sessions it was probably around 2 stone. The suit I'm wearing now is a suit that I hadn't been able to get into before, and you can see it's fairly baggy on me, and the shirt which I'm wearing, which is a nice pink and white colour, I was able to wear before, but it stretched and I couldn't do the collar up. Now I've got plenty of room in the shirt, so it's a costly experience. I'm going to go and buy a new wardrobe. So, yes, it's nice to receive compliments from people that you see, especially on a weekly basis. I think people that see you daily probably don't recognise quite as much, but people in my networking group that I belong to have all been very positive, and I've been happy to tell them how I've managed to achieve losing this weight. As I said earlier, one of the main reasons I went along is because it's a totally different way of dealing with weight management. It's not a diet, it's changing lifestyle, it's changing what you eat, and it's a phrase I don't particularly like, but it's thinking outside the box. And I've been very, very pleased with the results. And I've gone back to Pranita now because it's now time to kick on. We have a set goal which I'm aiming for, and I'm sure that with her help I will make that goal. I'd be more than happy to recommend Vitality Health. With their help, with Pranita's help, you know, without this I wouldn't have been standing here 3 stone lighter than I was at the beginning of the year.
Congratulations.
Thank you.